Have time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Deliver live free picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time later, and deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and over at Tony'sPicks.com. That's right, the drive-thru is now a collaboration between both set of cappers and both sites. Of course, you'll get our free picks today here on the show, but if you want our best bets, our pre and plays, link in the description gets you right over to Tony'sPicks.com, as well as to Pick Dogs Premium. So get on over there and get our best bets. That's where you'll find them. Here, of course, with the here, as we said, give us a like, a thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. And of course, you want to set notifications. Lots of live shows here on both channels. I don't want to miss any of them. And of course, subscribe and if you would to both of them as well. All right, we're going to give you our live free picks. And of course, you folks in the chat, always welcome to deliver your picks in the chat. That's always good. We always have the ground rule here is just keep it respectable, if you will. And we'll appreciate that. So let's get the show underway here, drive-through for Friday, as we welcome in WNBA here to the mix. We'll bring in Brian. Brian's not covering W. Big Kevin Thomas tonight in W, but tonight we'll get some baseball coverage from Brian. We'll bring Brian right now. Brian, what's happening?
That's right. Respectful for everybody but Kevin Thomas at WNBA. He's lucky I'm not on with him. But anyway, glad to be back here on a Friday night, hanging out with my friends here. Should be some good opportunities to make some money.
Absolutely. Should be some great ones tonight. We're going to go here with this one tonight between the Rays and Red Sox head-to-head. We see the Red Sox home favorites here, $1.37. Total coming in here at 8.5. And it looks like Schultz's will be just clean up some of the pitching here. Looks like Schultz's will be the bulk pitcher. They are going to go here with Mason Eglert as the primary opener in this. I'm sorry, Eglert is the primary pitcher in this game. So they've made some changes here. So Eglert will be the primary pitcher in this one. Total comes in at 8.5.
Yeah, for me in this one, it is down to 123 at Pinnacle, but shop your best line here. Boston Red Sox have been kryptonite to me so far this year. It's just I expect big things from them. This line really tells you a lot. Tampa Bay Rays have won 7 straight, 9 of their last 10 games. The action that I'm seeing on one of the websites has massive Tampa Bay money, and that makes sense because of how hot they've been. Boston comes in here 16-22. Definitely need to start racking up home division wins, and I like Connor. I like the pitcher here for the Boston Red Sox. Last time out, he got smacked a little bit around, but if you take that start out, he's been he's been on his game for sure. And I think the Boston Red Sox at home here on the money line is the way to go. You know, the Rays pitcher, you said he's just a bulk reliever, but normally he goes about 3 innings or so. So I just think this Boston lineup's definitely due to break out here tonight.
All right, we got Brian here on Red Sox here, money line. In this one, yeah, the Rays, a team that has just been on a massive win streak, seem to have good luck here against these teams that lack slugging. Although when you look at the Red Sox line, you expect a little bit more slug out of that lineup.
Yeah, they've got a young, talented lineup, but they definitely haven't gotten it done as far as the long ball goes early on. But I think we're going to see regression towards the mean here with the Rays and the Red Sox going in 2 different directions. I expect Boston to start definitely racking up the W's. They might not catch the New York Yankees, but I think they'll make a run for a wild card when it's all said and done.
All right, we got Brian here on the Red Sox, the money line, $1.26. This book has a lot of wide lines here, so do your line shopping. Get the best ever tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, Brian. We'll keep it balanced. Let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for nice action here. Brian's been on tear over the last 12 months. 6,204 units of profit documented over at Pick Dogs as well as at Tony's Picks. He's on both sides. What do you got for sale, Brian?
I'll tell you what, my best bet every day is my titanium play. I'm 143 and 91, 61% last 234. My titanium's in the NBA, which I've been consistent at all season long. Pick that up at pickdogs.com or Tony's Picks, whichever one you prefer. I got 3 plays in total tonight. I got my first WNBA action of the year, and also have a play in Major League Baseball.
That's right here. Get on board with Brian Bitler over at Tony's Store Pick Dogs Premium. We'll take a link in the description. It'll get you right on over to Brian's handicapper page, and we'll put it up for you right now. You can see here, Brian here, documented here over the past 12 months. That's based on a $100 unit wager size here. Titanium wager, best bet run here for Brian. Of course, this is credit guaranteed, meaning it must turn a profit amount purchase will be credited back to your account for site credits. That is credit guarantee. So get on board with Brian over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, you see the other plays up there. WNBA premium in there from Brian, as well as Friday 8 picks winner and more. Instead of buying all these plays individually here, you guys are better off getting the long-term subscriptions, a better value there. You want to try Brian out for the weekend. That 3-day pass is a good one, or the way Brian's running, you may consider that 1-month all sports pass, all of Brian's premium plays. We've got a lot of NBA, we got NHL playoffs, baseball, WNBA begins tonight. So get on board with Brian over at Pick Dogs Premium. Use that promo code PICK to save you that 15% off. All right, Brian, is always great having your show. Continue that success. Catch up with you again next week. We can always catch up with you here on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. You've got your daily video series up there. And, of course, you're also up here on the morning shows and on the weekends.
Yeah, make sure you check my sharp betting contrarian predictions every day at the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. I'm on Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday for the morning show. And definitely check me out tomorrow. We'll be having some fun talking some basketball for sure.
Absolutely. So check them out over at Pick Dogs YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. All right, Brian, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again here next week.
Yeah, you tell my friend Kevin Thomas I'm the king of the WNBA. So he's better watch out for my turf.
You better watch out. You better watch out for Brian's turf there. All right, Brian, have a great one.
All right, catch you later.
All right, Brian Bitler here on The Drive-Thru. Let's continue here on The Drive-Thru. Up next, well, speaking of Kevin Thomas, it's time to further rebuttal here. Find Kevin over at Tony Six. Kevin, what's happening?
Oh, I'm doing great, Tony. I'm still laughing about Brian. He thinks the WNBA's played on turf. Him and his Titanics are Titaniums. But he's a great guy, great capper. Always fun to work with. So
yeah.
Expecting a great weekend, Tony. We got WNBA starting off. I'm super excited. Actually have my top play in WNBA tonight. And the game we're going to talk about, I love this matchup as well. Lots of moving pieces, lots of things going on in WNBA. But we can't overlook, we still got lots of playoffs, right? We can't get too excited with WNBAs. We're finishing NBA, NHL. And so I'm just excited for this weekend. A lot of great sports.
Yeah, a lot of great sports indeed here. And, of course, we're going to get to the W here as we start a new season. Can someone knock off the Vegas Aces? They've been kind of champs 3 of their past 4. We see an injury already in the league here with Ionescu out for about a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah. The Liberty, yeah, they got a nice soft cushion, though, to start against the Sun. So I think those injuries will be okay. I'm actually curious on Breanna Stewart. I was looking at some of her props because I don't expect a lot of minutes from her for the Liberty. But we're talking about the Valkyries and their head coach. I don't know if you know this, but she was a coach with the Vegas Aces when they won 2 of those championships. It's all about defense. We saw how this expansion team played last season right out of the gate. And that was even dealing with injuries with like Kayla Thornton and girls like that. So adding Gabby Williams, who played for this Seattle Storm team, she was their best defender. Now she's playing with the Valkyries. This line, I just don't get it. The 5, I saw 5.5, saw 4.5. I don't get it. This Storm team to me is in rebuild. You know, everyone's like, oh, they brought in these pieces. I mean, they let Nika Awaka go. I'm saying that wrong, but Anika. They let her go. She went back to the Sparks. And the other 3 that they're counting on, none of them are playing tonight. They're all out. They're all ruled out. So I don't get it. I'm not seeing this spread. I mean, you look at that Liberty spread, that's 11 or whatever it was. And you're talking about 3 starters out for the Liberty against the Sun who added Griner. But in this game, I'm not seeing Seattle with anything that's going to stay with the Valkyries. This Valkyries team's got some vets. Gabby Williams with her defense. I mean, she ranked 4th in the country last year with defense. And we know this Valkyries team, they won most of their games last year by defense. If you took them in the first half for the under and then took them on the spread at the end, you made a lot of money with the Valkyries. I just think the Storm right now are looking to rebuild. I think they know what they're doing. I expect a blowout here. I know it's a home game for the Storm, and it's always tough, the season opener. But I think the Valkyries want to come out and punch them in the mouth and start their season off strong.
All right, there we go with Kevin here on the Valkyries laying the 5 here. We're seeing the line start to move up in this one against the Storm tonight. Yeah, you know, Valkyries are one of the surprise teams for an expansion team. They seem to do it right, got some veterans, and they were really able to surprise the league last year.
Yeah, and you got to remember, a lot of those games were played with some of their young starters in the Euro League. So they played, and then when they came back, that's when Thornton got hurt and didn't even play most of the games. So just the fact that this team's got a a unit with the three big going to be there, and then you throw Gabby Williams in there. Valkyries, I think we're looking at a top 8 team. Now the expansion, it's a bigger league now, but they're only going to take the same amount of teams for the playoffs. I think next year they're going to add 2 because Philly's going to get an expansion team. I think that's when they'll open up the amount of teams in the playoffs, and then soon we'll see a format where it's just not East-West. They'll have it broken. I think it's going to break down more. There'll be like conferences and stuff. It's going to get big. The WNBA is just growing. I mean, it's been around forever, but we can all admit Caitlin Clark put it on the map, bringing the money in, and money is what changes organizations, leagues. I just don't want it to turn into the NBA, Tony, where girls are sitting when they can be playing. I prefer if they all had to play for their paychecks, but we know that's never going to happen. I just hope it stays true to the WNBA form and doesn't turn into the NBA, which has been a bad product, in my opinion, for years now.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Of course, usually we don't see more than 2 games a week, so hopefully they don't, again, add more games to the schedule and extend the season. Then maybe we'll see what happens there. Of course, yeah, they're looking to add more teams. Valkyries here laying the points tonight against the Storm. 10 p.m. Eastern time on Ion is where you'll find the WNBA, usually on these Friday nights there. All right, Kevin, let's take a look over at Tony's for tonight's card. Action on the board tonight from, of course, all 4 sports, NBA, baseball. We've got hockey up on the board, as well as action up there in the W. What do you got for sale today over at Tony's Picks?
Well, like I said earlier, my top premium pick is in the W. Love it, love it, love it. But I still got my NBA picks up too. 2 strong top premium picks over there as well, and 1 baseball. I kind of stayed away from hockey. I don't like to put up 5 picks, but with all these sports, you kind of have to. I don't like to go more than that. And hockey, it's been rough. A lot of the favorites. I kind of took a flyer with the Flyers last night, and that burned me. The Hurricanes are just dominating that series, so there's really no value in it unless you're betting the spreads or halves or players. Laying minus 170, 180 is just not for me in hockey, so we'll keep watching those hockey lines. If we can get some plus money winners, we'll be adding those. But right now, I'm just excited for the W. And like I said, we got 2 WNBA plays. My Pristine Wager is my top one. So if I was you guys and you're interested in all the stuff on the hardwood in baseball, the 30-8 pass, you're going to get your money's worth because we're going to be hitting it hard with the playoffs, with WNBA kicking off and MLB. Always check out at Tony'sPicks.com because I like to throw props in there. When I have time to sit down, they come a little later in the day because I can't put a prop up in the morning and the lineup's not even out yet. So if you're into the props and you want to bet them, check at Tony's site throughout the day because in the afternoon, especially on the weekends, I tend to put 1 or 2 up, an RBI prop, basketball prop, whatever I can find that has value for us. I like to hit those hard, and I like to bet those myself. So
good, that's right. With Kevin Thomas over at Tony. Just link in the description to get you right over to Kevin's handicapper page. You can verify all records and not here. You can see great results in hockey from Kevin. Scroll down the board, and you'll see tonight a profit guarantee plays here from the MLB, the WNBA as well. Of course, all these plays here profit guaranteed. Many of them must turn a profit or amount purchase will be credited back to your account for site credits. That is profit guarantee. Get on board with Kevin Thomas over at Tony's Picks. Scroll down some more. You can find those long-term subscriptions. You guys like that 3-day pass here on the weekend. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday loaded here with baseball, the NBA, and NHL playoffs. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save that 15% off. So go ahead and get signed up. All right, Kevin, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
thank you, Tony. Take care and good luck.
You as well. Kevin Thomas here on the Drive-Thru. Let's continue here on the Drive-Thru. Up next, we'll welcome, making his debut here on the Drive-Thru is Javon Jones. You'll catch him over at Tony's Picks. Let's bring in Javon here on the show. Ready to roll here from NHL. Javon, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? Mic check real fast. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, okay, you're fine.
All right, perfect, man. Good to see you. How's it going, brother?
Everything's going great here in the afternoon, evening. Looking forward to the hockey, and as well, we got a game for tomorrow you want to look at here. Avalanche and Wild head-to-head here on TNT, 9 p.m. Eastern time, Saturday here. Avs going to be laying $1.30 on the road. We see the total 6.5.
Yeah, that's exactly it, man. I figured why not hand out a dog right here on the weekend, especially since we don't have the drive-thru on Saturdays and Sundays. And with this being my first appearance here, listen, man, I'd be damned if I came on here and gave out anything that wasn't a dog, right? So let's just start there. With that being said, I love the Wild on the money line here. I think what we're looking at here is a public perception that's kind of skewed a little bit and a little bit off, right? We have these teams every year, Tony, and we'll just start with it, right? OKC in the NBA. We have the Dodgers in the MLB, and this year it's the Avalanche in the NHL. And I think attached with these teams come these prices, right? And sometimes they're just a little off. Sometimes they're a little bit overvalued. And I think that's what we have here. With the venue switching from Colorado to Minnesota, I expect more of a disciplined defensive structure, if you would, out of the Wild. I expect them to be more physical on that side. I expect them to put more pressure on the forecheck, create more turnovers, if you would. And this line right here is just kind of telling me just that, if you would. Sitting at, what, plus 110, that's exactly where we want them here in this dog spot. It's wild for me, man. I could keep going on and why you should take the dog. If you're kind of superstitious, like I am, there's another angle that you can look at this. You could simply say, well, you have the Vegas on the other side, and if you look 3 years ago, they made the Stanley Cup Finals, or actually they won the Stanley Cup Championship 3 years ago. And if you're looking at that team, the teams that they beat to get to that road, or to get to that championship, if you would, they beat the Stars and the Oilers. And the two teams that beat the Stars and the Oilers, right here, you're looking at one of them, the Wild and the Ducks. Well, you got the Vegas facing the Ducks. I already expect them to take care of business there. And I'm looking at this Wild team to kind of flip this series, if you would, superstitiously, and take care of business here against this Avalanche team and really win the series. So I'm not telling you guys to follow me, and this is just another long shot. I take plenty of these throughout the year. But if I had to choose, I'm definitely on the Wild money line here, as I look for just that, man. I look for them to lean on their veterans, if you would. I look for them to be more physical. And I look for them to pull out a win here and flip this series on its head. I'm looking at too many Avalanche backers, man. I haven't heard one Wild money line. I don't know about you, Tony T, but not me, man. I'll be the first one to say it.
All right, here we go. Wild here, money line. They went 1-1 in Minnesota early in the season. It was Minnesota getting a victory here against Colorado this year in one of the home games. I'm looking here at some of the head-to-heads here with these teams. But here it was 3-2. Actually, the last meeting they had, it was very early in the season here, and they were big dogs at plus 160. And this is a team that's going to have to make a stand. So we saw that first game with 6 goals. Hey, the right way to look at it is at least Minnesota put up, even though they're down 0-2, they did put up 8 goals in the first 2 games of the series.
Well, and it's just that, man. I look for them to score first here, and I look for them to dictate pace. That's all we need here at home, man. If they score the first goal and get Avalanche chasing, it could get bad for the Avalanche. And that's all we need. We just need the first goal, and from there, it's looking good for us. And at plus 110, I'm loving it. I'm loving it, man. I'd be damned if I laid 130 here going into Minnesota. It's just not the push.
All right, we got Javon here on Wild here, Moneyline plus 110, 9 Eastern time Saturday night over on TNT. All right, let's take a look over at Tony's picks for tonight's card. Action on the board tonight from the 4 sports tonight. NBA, we got NHL, we got the W, Major League Baseball, 15-game card for Major League Baseball. Javon's off to a great start in the NBA playoffs. As you can see, 400 units of profit, NBA 2026. What do you got for sale?
That's it, man. I got my NBA play over there right now. That's where our bread and butter is right now. This is just plus 400 units since last Friday. We're just kind of recording the picks since I've been back on the site, and that's actually counting since May 1st here. So, plus 400 units, but we're up, man. We're 4-0 in the playoffs. Let's just keep it going, man. I love that play over that we got there right now. It is for the 76ers game, so really, you still got some time, man, if you're not sure. But I don't think you need me to tell you guys, man, this series is so hostile, if you would. You're really either heavily Knicks or 76ers, and at this point, I don't think you need a capper to sway you, right? I mean, these guys, it's either one way or another for you guys. So, but if you are unsure, come on, man, hop on over. I got you plus 400 units in the NBA. That's profit, man.
That's right. Get over Javon Jones over at Tony's Picks. Link in the description will get you right on over to Javon's handicap page. This is based on a $100 unit wager size, all records that you see here. And right over there, you'll see the play up there, a spot, game 3, massacre spot that is $19 at profit guaranteed, meaning a much sooner profit amount purchase will be credited back to your account for site credits. That's profit guaranteed. Get them over to Javon Jones over at Tony's Picks. Scroll down, you'll find the long subscriptions as well. So go ahead and get signed up. All right, Javon, is always great. Welcome addition here to the drive-thru. Great having you here on the show. Of course, we can catch you on Tony's Picks YouTube channel as we see your on-demand content as well as you guests on the morning shows.
Yeah, that's it, man. I want to say thank you to Tony T. I want to say thank you to Pick Dogs for having me, man, and allowing my 5 minutes of fame right here. And that's it, man. Catch me over at Tony T every day, or Tony's Picks, if you would, every day. Morning show Monday through Friday. If not, it's an on-demand. Really, it's a free pick, man. Over there, I'm 4-2 right now on the free picks since last Saturday. We have another free pick. We dropped it. I think it's on the Vegas Golden Knights, actually, money line. So there you go. I'll go ahead and drop that for you guys. But head on over, man. You know, show some love. If it's not Pick Dogs, it's Tony's Picks, and it's that every day for me, man. So catch me in the comments. Catch me live. It's all good. I'm here.
That's right. Check out Javon Jones over at Tony's Picks. So join us on the live shows in the mornings, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, about an hour and a half before the Pick Dogs morning show. So check them out. All right, Javon, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Appreciate it, man. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.
Here's Javon Jones here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on the drive-thru. Up next, we'll bring in Jovan Burts, catch him over at Pick Dogs. Premium action for Major League Baseball for tonight. We'll get him here in just a second to roll here. I think we're ready to roll here with Javon set to go here with coverage tonight here from MLB. Javon, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? How you doing?
Everything's going great. All right, here we go tonight. We move over to Major League Baseball with the Mariners and White Sox head-to-head here. Mariners can be favored here about between $1.28 and $1.38. Do your line chop and get the best numbers. We see the total coming at 8.
Yeah, and I'm on the under first 5. It's set at 4.5. It was at minus 125 earlier in the day. Now it's around 140, 145. And, you know, the market is dictating that this is an under spot. I mean, for me, the pitcher matchup dictates an under spot. We have Emerson Hancock, who I would say is the best pitcher, at least performance-wise, this year. He was a number 5 pitcher, and, you know, maybe he, you know, started off as a you know, the fifth in the rotation, 5th man in the rotation, but the way he's pitching, he's been the frontline pitcher as far as I'm concerned. Last game that we saw him, 14 strikeouts. What he goes, 7 innings, so no runs given up. So that's where he was at last game, and this is pretty much what he's done throughout the season in this young season. Sean Burke on the other hand, he pitched a shutout in his last game, 6 scoreless. And the game before that, he only gave up 2 runs. And that's what you've been seeing from him. So between these 2 pitchers, I got to go with the under first 5. I don't think it's going to be a lot of runs scored. These 2 offenses, you know, these 2 lineups really got a lot to, you know, got a lot of, you know, cleaning up to do. And I know that the Seattle Mariners, they have stepped it up as of late as far as scoring runs, but you know, you look at them as a whole, they're not really how should I say, they're not anything to be feared. So I think Sean Burke at home could come out there and, you know, pitch some scoreless innings, and Emerson Hancock, he should do the same. I would also say that full game is on the table for me. It's still at 8. It hasn't dipped down to 7.5. So I would be playing the first 5 and full game under for this one.
All right, Javon here on Seattle Mariners, Chicago White Sox, under first 5. Doesn't mind the whole game either here in this one. Yeah, just looking at this game, you know, it's just kind of with you there as well. I mean, low offense, both starter friendlies, unders here because starters in good form. Both lineups are weak in the relevant splits. Both starters, good run production numbers. And also, too, the wind blowing in a bit doesn't even hurt the case at all.
No, not at all. You know, so, you know, with all that being said, and I'll just speak on the full game. Both bullpens, as of late, they've been rock solid, posting 1+ ERAs for the White Sox and 2+ ERAs for the Mariners. So everything looks to be in form as far as this game goes, as far as runs being at a premium.
Very good. Mariners, White Sox under first 5, under 4.5 runs, and Sean said he doesn't even mind it for the game tonight, 7:40 Eastern time. All right, Javon, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for nice action. A lot on the board. Baseball, we got the W up there as well. NBA, NHL playoffs. What do you got for sale over at Pick Dogs?
Yeah, coming off a 5-1 night on the Pick Dogs website. So, coming into Friday, on a pretty dominant stretch just for yesterday and the day before. On my basketball, let's just say this, no MLB. It's going to be all basketball. Got 1 play in WNBA and then 2 plays in the NBA playoffs. So that makes a 3-pack. I got all those plays separated as far as single bets. So if you want a single play, all 3 of those are in action. Or you could jump on certain long-term 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly, or maximum one, or several of us for the multi-capital emotional. You can't go wrong here, Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs. Let's get it.
Get on board, Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs. Take a look over at the All Cappers tab, and you'll find Javon here. What a big day here, last 24 hours. It's based on $100 unit wager size. Take Fight NBA Playoffs Conference Step Back Splasher up on the board right now. Credit guarantee at $34.99. Also, he mixes in some playoffs and a WNBA in a multi-pack. Also, credit guarantee in there as well. So if you'd like to purchase these plays, or instead of buying them individually, you guys love that 3-day all sports pass here for the weekend. A lot of action here for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Full cards from baseball. We got the W in there, NBA as well. So get aboard with Javon Burts over at Pick Dodge Premium. Remember that promo code PICK will save you that 15% off. You can match up Javon with your favorite handicapper here with the multi-capper promotion and get signed up. All right, Javon, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great evening. Continue that big success here. Great day of past couple of days for Javon, as you see on the leaderboards. We'll catch up with you again on Monday. We can always catch up with you as well at Pick Dogs as you have your video series, and of course we catch you on the weekend shows as well.
Yeah, the video series this week has been going well. Last 4 days, 3 of those for the extended clip have been winners. Last night took an L, but was on a 3-game winning streak, and that was over those 3 days, gained 8 units. So that's what the extended clip does for you when it's hitting plus 200s, plus 300s. So that's how we're rocking over on that side. And then the 2-teamer, 2 nights in a row we've hit on the 2-teamers, looking to make it a third. So yeah, that's where it's at on that. And then of course the morning shows on the weekend. I'll be there tomorrow morning, and I'll be there Sunday morning. Then right back here on Monday for the drive-through.
Very good, guys. Check out Javon. Like, subscribe, set notifications so you don't miss any of the picks. Javon, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you Monday.
Absolutely. Have a great night, win, and see you on Monday.
We'll see you on Monday. Javon Burts here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we move on here to Bo Dunn. We'll continue here on the show. We'll catch Bo over at Tony's Picks. We'll bring Bo Dunn in right now, ready to roll with the NBA coverage tonight in the playoffs. Bo, what's happening?
Hey, Tony T, how you doing today?
Doing great. Feeling great tonight as we're going to be looking here in the NBA tonight as we move to the Spurs and Timberwolves here. We see the Spurs here 5.5-point favorites, total 216.5. Let's kind of look at some of the injury reports here. We didn't really go over this throughout the start of the show, but we did get some breaking news here. Here we'll start with the first game. OG Anunoby will be out here for the Knicks. Everybody else is in. Hart is in. Robinson's in. OG will be out in New York. Embiid is still listed as questionable at this hour. He's going through the warm-ups. Here's the latest on Embiid. Spotted going through the warm-ups here, and that's about it. So the only thing, if he suffers a setback here in pre-games, then he's out. But other than that, he's pointing in the right direction, looks to be with Embiid. Let's go to the Spurs, Minnesota here. Spurs are clean. Minnesota, Dosunmu is questionable. Let's see what the word is on Dosunmu. We've had some... let's see. Do we have anything here in the no news here regarding the Sunmu in the shoot around? I did get word that Edwards today, who's also questionable on the injury report, he took place in the shoot around, which was reported, I believe, as one of the reporters. It was an NBA TV. Somebody had mentioned that he did. I can't remember who it was, but he was announced that he went through the walkthrough or through the morning shoot around this morning. So those are your 2 questionables there. We see the Spurs 5.5 on the road here, total 216.5.
Yeah, man. The casual better, they're gonna look at what they see in the last game, 133-95. But us, Tony, we don't do it like that. We're gonna look at this Minnesota Timberwolves plus some points. I see it going up. I love it even more. Um, no doubt about it, man. The Spurs are very strong. They're 18-3 in their last 21 games, straight up on the road. 15-6 ATS. They don't won the last 10 out of 11 games on the road, but at home, the Minnesota Twins have won all three of their playoff games against Denver to get to this point. And everybody kind of had Denver penciled in, to go real deep. So we're seeing what they did to Denver. Matter of fact, man, they're 7-0 against the Spurs in their last 7 games in Minnesota. They're 2-0 this season at home against them. And they're also pretty good at home themselves. They're 12-5 straight up. I just feel like the values with the Minnesota Timberwolves. You know, when you get beat down like that, the pride got to kick in. It's home court. You got to defend that, and this is a big, important game. You don't want to go down 1-2. You want to kind of keep this thing where it's at right now and get that momentum back. And they did what they had to do. You know what I'm saying? They won the first game. They stole home court. I think if you really kind of think about it, kind of seems they conceded a little bit. They didn't score. I think they was on 58 for almost maybe 7 minutes. So yeah, man, I like Minnesota tonight. Might be going to sprinkle something on that money line, but definitely give me those 5.5 points, man, with the Timberwolves. Just been great at home, man. Not taking enough from the Spurs, but I think we got a lot of value, man, with that 5.5 with Minnesota tonight.
All right, we got Bo here on the Timberwolves here, plus the points. It's moved up to 5.5 here. Still trying to get word on DeSodmo and Edwards, so people still may be here a little bit gun shy here on the tables. But no, that's a good number there. One thing that really caught my attention is how well Minnesota has played at home in that Denver series. I mean, I think they put up like a plus 16 net rating. They're really strong home court for this Timberwolves team.
Exactly. And when I seen this line, I immediately locked it in at that 4.5. And I just don't understand why it's going up. But like you just mentioned, Tony, strong home court, coming off that beat down. They're gonna get it right tonight. I think Elvis gonna play. This guy, the baller, he not gonna want to sit out this one. So yeah, man, give me Minnesota. Like I said, you can sprinkle some on that money line. I think it's gonna be some nice cash tonight.
We're looking at just a classic market overreaction spot after a San Antonio blowout. I think that's how Bo reads it. And I think many of the sharp folks out there read it the same way, that overreaction here. You see that in the playoffs after a single game. Remember, when teams get behind in these long series early on, they just give up. why extract the energy, right?
Right. It just keep that energy for the next game. They did what they need to do in the first one. They got the win in the first, so they really need to go all out that second game. I kind of felt that too. I started to go hard on the Spurs, but just the way they played them tough in that first game kind of took me out. But I kind of feel like the Spurs were the side, just like I feel tonight the Minnesota is. Just like you said, the overreaction. Everybody gonna always see what they seen last, but this Minnesota team has showed us all playoff long. They done been here before, and you look at this, Tony. I look back the last 3 years, they done got beat by 20 points or more every year in a playoff game. So it's not nothing new to them. They always bounce back strong. So yeah, man, let's get them 5.5 points with the home team, man. I think they're gonna shine tonight.
All right, Bo here on Turbos plus 5.5 tonight, 9:30 Eastern time over on Prime Video. All right, Bo, let's take a look over at Tony's Picks for Nice action. Action on the board tonight from 4 sports, from the W to the NBA, NHL, and baseball. What do you have for sale over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, man, I got one top play. It's gonna be in that first game between New York and Philadelphia. I've been kind of going less. Less means more to me right now. I was kind of going heavy with a lot of quantity, but now it's about quality. So I got one play tonight. Yesterday I did the same thing. I cashed in with my side, and I also cashed in with my single player prop. I had Austin Reeves over his points. He cashed that with ease. But yeah, I love this play tonight, guys. So make sure to check out Tony's Pick. Use that code Tony T. Save that 15%. But if you want to get this money with me all weekend long, get that 3-day pass, and you can thank me on Monday.
That's right. Got with Bo Dunn over at Tony Fix. See great results from Bo. Link in the description will get you right on to Bo's handicapper page, and that's where you get on board here with Bo. Just click the all cappers tab. You can see it right here. There's the link here, the ticket, the cappers, and you'll just scroll down and you'll find Bo here amongst the list of the all cappers. And then you'll just go ahead and just click his link, and that'll take you over to the sales page. We'll take a look here what Bo's got rolling here today over at Tony Six for this Friday card. There, as you can see, the results from Bo are all documented here. He's got his NBA best bet on the board right now. That is profit guaranteed. It must turn a profit amount purchased will be credited back to your account for site credits. That is profit guaranteed. And also, maybe consider that long-term subscription. As Bo said, there's your 3-day pass. Get it and use the promo code TonyT, and you'll save that 15% off. All right, Bo, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you next week, but we can always catch up with you over on the Tony Twix YouTube channel. We see you on Happy Hour, 2-3 Zone, the morning shows, and we also see some of your on-demand content with a new video series.
Yeah, man, got the new video series coming out, the final thoughts, guys. Right now, I have a nice player prop that's up and loaded. We cashed in with the player prop last night with Cade Cunningham on them points. Nice and easy cash. So go check out that video. It's up right now. But yeah, Happy Hour, 2-3 Zone. I'm really excited about that, man. Me, Rod, and Run. We cashed a lot of tickets, especially in the playoffs in the WNBA last year. So yeah, guys, make sure to like and subscribe to the Tony Pick YouTube channel. It's a great tool to have in your box, man, with your handicapping process. A lot of great cappers over there, man, on Pick Dogs and Tony's picks. Make sure to like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it.
That's right. Like and subscribe, set notifications. Bo's on our live shows and video and his on-demand content. Don't want to miss any of it. All right, Bo, have a great night. We'll catch up with you next week.
All right, Tony, as always, man, it's a pleasure. I want to say good luck to everybody in chat, man. Let's get this money.
Let's get the money indeed. Bo Dunn here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Up next, let's see who we have up next. If El Ninos have signed in, let's see if we got them ready to roll here. We're waiting on El Ninos. Do I see him? Let's see here. Give me 1 second here. Might be a little. Oh, El Ninos is signed in, so let's bring him in. Catch him over at Tony's Picks. Action here from Major League Baseball with El Ninos. Let's bring him in, ready to roll here. Al, what's happening?
Doing all right, and it sounds like Embiid is doing pretty good himself. I think he's cleared off the injury report. Yep, confirmed in the lineup. So it looks like he's good to go, and then he'll be out. Yeah, as you think, I think you just mentioned a minute ago. But yeah, Embiid in the lineup there for the Sixers. So that's not really my pick. I don't know if anyone else is touching on that game, so I'll leave it alone for now. But yeah, I'm doing all right.
Doing great. We see the line move to Philly now 4 and 3.5.
Yeah.
Total 214.5. So the news here on Embiid just coming across right now. Will play tonight. We're about 20 minutes before game time. They need him here. It's a big spot here for Philadelphia in the 0-2 deficit here. And of course, we're still waiting word on Anthony Edwards. Probably we'll get it a little later tonight. We go to Major League Baseball with El Ninos here as we got Cardinals and Padres head-to-head again. The Cardinals got the money as a dog. Will they do it again? We'll see. Padres here. This is Apple TV, by the way. This is what I hate about these. If you don't have Apple TV, you're screwed. But anyway, $1.49 and this one total sits at 8.
Yeah, they got the money last night. Looks like they're taking some money already tonight, and I think rightfully so. And while a little bit of the value is gone, I still think it's the right side here. The Cardinals still getting some plus money on them. Now, we're going up against, to me at least, it's the better lineup on paper and the better bullpen in San Diego. But this Cardinals just the much hotter team right now, and definitely got the starting pitching advantage. And I'll put my pick up here. The Cardinals money line. You could also look at them in the first 5 if you want to leave the bullpens out of it. But again, you're not getting as much plus money either on the first 5, and it was tied at the end of the first 5 yesterday. So it did take them the 6th or 7th inning to get the lead run there to get the job done. So anyways, yeah, I think the Cardinals just stay hot. They're catching the Padres here in a bit of a funk, and it's a good time to take a shot at some plus money with a hotter team here. So Cardinals money line for me.
All right, Ninos is going to go ahead and take the Cardinals here on the money line here tonight here as they take on the San Diego Padres here. Of course, McGreevy is someone who's pitched pretty well. This is a rebuilding year for St. Louis. So far, so good for them. They do hit righties a little bit, but the issue with San Diego here has been really. Actually, by the way, Cardinals 12-5 on the road. They've done a lot of damage on the road this year, but I know. A lot of scrutiny here. I know that the Padres have a great season. They want to see the bats wake up a little bit because I guess the schedule is kind of favorable for them to start the season. A lot of the folks in San Diego concerned about the hitting, the slugging, and Tatis and his new batting stance, which is producing a lot of ground balls, a lot of chasing, missing the meatballs down the middle, no home runs, and that's been the issue here with the Padres is their lack really of slugging.
Yeah, well, even the best hitters go through their slumps, and when it's the whole team not doing too well at the same time, it can add up. But again, both teams come in with similar records, 22 and 15 into this matchup. But again, as I just mentioned, the Cardinals much hotter coming into this one. But if I'm a Padres fan, I'm not going to worry about it too much. They still got some pretty good bats there. I think it's only a matter of time till they get things right again. But again, St. Louis just catching San Diego here at the right time, I think so. Again, good time to take a plus money on them.
All right, Cardinals here, money line here, plus 123. Do your line shop and get the best ever tonight, 9:45 Eastern time on the Apple TV. All right, take a look over at Tony's Picks for a nice card. Action on the board from the WNBA, NHL, as well as hockey. You can see how Nino is having a great 2026. 2,246 units of profit. That's all documented over at Tony's Picks. You get on over there. You go to Al's handicapper page. You can verify all those numbers. Of course, all records are based on a $100 unit wager size. So, Al, what do you have for sale today?
I actually ended up with a 3-pack there in the MLB. If you want to go check that out. If not, I got my best bet there sold individually as well if you're just looking for that one big play. But again, your best way to go is always those long-term 2-for-1 capper passes. Pair them up with your favorite capper and get all the plays that way.
That's right. Get on board with Al Nino's over at Tony's Picks. See the great results from Al. Verify that right on Al's handicapper page. You can see the great results from Al here for the year, past 30 days. Scroll down and you catch Al Nino's here this year here over at Tony's Picks. And of course, as you scroll down, you'll find Al Nino's is a premium plays today here. Grand Slam up there. Individual baseball, NHL Saturday also up there. A couple Saturdays up there for you as well. 3-pack tonight. So Al Nino's is ready to roll here for this big Friday card. Profit guarantee on all of individual plays here. They must earn a profit amount purchased. Credit back to your account for site credits. That's profit guarantee. Get both El Nino's over at Tony's Picks. Hey, the way he's running, hey, why don't you try him out on that 3-day L Sports Pass, all of L's premium plays for the next 3 days. We'll have action here for you Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Also includes props. Props are also included in the long-term subscriptions and late steam plays when you get that long-term subscription because our plays are in by 11 a.m. Eastern time, but our cappers can handicap throughout the day and night. Post in those late steams between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. Those are emailed directly to your inbox. Use the email you use when you sign up for the service. So get on board with El Nino's long term and get those benefits. All right, Al, as always, great having the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you next week. We can always catch up with you on the Tony Hoops YouTube channel as we see you here on the morning shows and on the reels and, of course, here on the drive-thru.
Yeah, catch me on here more often than not, and then most mornings as well on Tony's Picks YouTube channel. And make sure you go check out all the other great content there. Tons of great stuff.
That's right. Like, subscribe, set notification. Don't miss our morning show. El Nino's the guest regularly there on the show at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, right before the Pig Dogs morning show. All right, Al, over on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Have a great one, Al. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, have a good one, Tony.
It's well, El Nino's here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on the show. Let's see, we had Brian, we had Kevin, we had Javon, and we had Jovan. We had Bo Dunn, we had Al. So who's left? Ramon Scott. Catch Ramon Scott over at Tony's Picks, as well as his show, Midnight Vegas Time. Night Moves airing on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Let's bring in Ramon right now. Ramon, what's happening?
Hey, Tony, ready for the weekend? Should be a good weekend here and getting our WNBA going tonight. Why not throw another league in there while we're winding down the playoffs? And I've got a great UFC card tomorrow as well going off here with a big fight. So there'll be some good times this weekend.
Very good. Looking forward to that indeed. We'll get to the play pick from Ramon tonight. We go to the ice. Golden Knights and Ducks head-to-head tonight, 9:30 Eastern time. Over on TNT has the hockey tonight. Golden Knights about $1.12 here. We see the total sitting about 6.5.
Yeah, for sure, Tony. Look, Anaheim went in there and grabbed one of those games to wrestle the home ice advantage away from the Knights here. They're a little bit underrated maybe defensively. You think about how strong they've been offensively and how good a skating team they have been. They've got they've got a little youthful exuberance here, maybe against Vegas too. Vegas looked kind of slow actually in that last game compared to the Ducks, but I'm kind of looking to the Ducks here to hang in this one with the Vegas, but more so, I think, because of the possibility of a good, more defensive game, even with these two teams. The total there's kind of stuck on 6 a little bit. No 6.5 years tonight. Vegas has gone under in 10 of their last 15 on the road. They're reflecting kind of a more disciplined defensive style away from T-Mobile. That kind of is what helped them in their previous series. Anaheim's gone under here a few times as well, despite that hardcore over series to start with Edmonton. The defense kind of kicked in, and that's kind of what helped Anaheim eventually get the series victory. The regular season meetings were a bit high scoring, but Game 3 situation here, going into where the underdog team has wrestled away the home ice advantage. I think that favors lower pace here a little bit. Anaheim returning home. The Ducks tend to play a little bit more physical style right now instead of trading rush chances, because I feel like they can rely on some sharp shooting and some effective scoring and don't have to just bum rush the other team a little bit offensively. Vegas has cleaned up their defense during the winning stretch, obviously, since the coaching change, and I think that's kind of allowed for fewer odd man opportunities for their opponents as well. I think Anaheim's coaching approach too, with Glenville's been a little bit more conservative following their high-scoring games. I think they're starting to feel comfortable in the playoffs here. Got Vegas not back to the wall just yet here in Game 3, but I think the market adjustment's already inflated this total a little bit here. I'm seeing a little bit of 6 overs at the sharp books right now, so you're going to get even money, or maybe plus 105 even on the under here, and that's the way I'm going in this one, Tony. I think you got to limit those power play opportunities for sure. As expected in the pivotal Game 3 environment, both teams going to prioritize positioning rather than risk forechecking guy and putting your team at a disadvantage here. They may go for the old feel them out style there early on. So I think we're looking at 2-2, 3-2 late, something in that typical range here. And I think I might be pulling for these Ducks tonight. Took them on the show last night on Night Moves. I think that they're in a pretty good position here in this one, Tony. I'm going to go under, though, with Vegas and Anaheim as my pick on the show.
All right, we got Ramon here going under here with the Knights and Ducks. So you make the call there. You can find 6.5, so big juice on the under, or you can go 6 there. So you make the call on that one. Yeah, got back to Anaheim where the crowd will be juiced here. We saw the home ice there for the Ducks. Well, we saw it during their good team, during their Stanley Cup runs. They do show up for these games. And maybe the Vegas Knights Golden Knight fans will too. It's just a short drive. From Anaheim to Vegas, 4.5 hours will get you there. So we'll see some Golden Knight jerseys definitely in the crowd.
Yeah, but this Anaheim, fan base really rallying around this situation right now. That was a little bit disappointing to see them fade a little bit there down the stretch, cost themselves the division title to this Golden Knights team when really for a while there it looked like they were going to be able to maybe win the division, and that's the little bit of a collapse there, but. They have wrestled this home ice advantage away. Not to say it couldn't be just one game to turn around here, but man, Anaheim's looking pretty interesting here all of a sudden. Granted, Colorado's looking pretty strong over on the other side of the bracket here in the West, but one series at a time here right now for the Ducks. This one could still easily go 7 here. I mean, that they were pretty tight in the regular season as well, but the Ducks did have a pretty successful regular season against the Golden Knights, Tony. They won the season series overall against the Golden Knights this season. So I don't know if that's going to play into the mind a little bit with Vegas right now, but Anaheim had won all 3 regular season meetings, Tony, all by the same score, 4-3. Now Vegas did win Game 1, 3-1 in Las Vegas here at T-Mobile, and then what was the final score of the next game? Anaheim won 3-1. So I don't know. It's either be 4-3 or 3-1. It better be 3-1 tonight with this under. But these two teams are pretty evenly matched here right now, and this might be pivotal for both teams, even though they got another one back here in Anaheim before they come back to Vegas.
All right, Ramon here on Knights. Ducks under 6.5 tonight, 9:30 Eastern Time. TNT has the hockey tonight. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at Tony's picks for tonight's card. Action on the bottom of the ice, the hard court, as well as Diamond into W is also in there. You could Ramon doing great work over the last 7. What do you got for sale?
Hey, Tony, I ushered in, the era of WNBA picks here on Tony's Picks, and I'm going to be going with with a bet tonight. Actually, I'm going to repackage that here later on, maybe for a best bet here coming up on the late game tonight. But I do have one in the WNBA. It's going to be in the package here for full package subscribers, if you know what I mean. So I've got a 3-pack, though, in the major leagues tonight. Of course, we're rolling right now in the major leagues here. A pretty strong record. Also a 3-pack in the NBA. I'm rolling on these props here right now. So far in the NBA playoffs, a 36-24 record with my props. And I'm trying to figure out, looking pretty good here with these props. Got 3-pack tonight in the NBA with the 2 games. My 3 best props over there as well. And I have my best play in the NHL. I mean, this is a big card, Tony. 3 in the major leagues, 3 in the NBA with the props, 1 pick here in the NHL, and a WNBA play. It's a good night to be a sports betting fan, and going to bring home some winners here tonight at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 15% off those premium pick package. Or tonight, maybe the better play is to get on board with a 3-day all sports pass, because we've got all this action here right now, Tony, with the 4 sports going on. And also I'm involved in a college baseball card with still some action to come. I played 3 games in the colleges today. Also won tennis bets this morning over in Rome. So this has been going on all day here on Friday for me. We also hit our soccer play today as well on an Asian handicap, 1/2 a unit there early on with Borussia Dortmund. So action never stops here with me at Tony'sPicks.com. I'm a full volume handicapper, and I like to handicap a lot of sports, and you'd be doing pretty good if you're rolling with me right now here at Tony'sPicks.com.
That's right, get Ramon over at Tony's Picks. Link in the description. We'll get you right over to Ramon's handicapper page. You can see the numbers across the screen showing great results here. Green across the screen and down the screen. Of course, as Ramon mentioned, not just in major sports. He's in action tennis, college baseball. We're right in the heart of college baseball season. Of course, College World Series, regionals and playoffs not too far away here. So good. Ramon's been on it since day one here when the college baseball began. Soccer in there as well, NBA. So get on board with Ramon over at Tony's Picks. His prop 3-pack is up for you right now. Profit guaranteed. Must earn a profit amount purchase will be credited back to your account for site credits. That's profit guarantee. The prop 3-pack as well as individual plays here from Ramon on a premium 3-pack here, I should say, a 1-day pass up there for you right now. Discount best bet here on the ice. But instead of buying all these plays individually, get that 3-day all sports pass here on the weekend. Ramon will be ready to roll here with the major sports, and of course going into the peripheral sports. He'll look for the tennis, he'll look for the college baseball, he'll look for the soccer, and you get on board with him when he does that and use that promo code TonyT. We'll save you that 15% off. Link in the description. We'll get you right on over there. All right, Ramon, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again here on Monday. We can always catch up with you over on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel as you host Night Moves from Vegas, midnight Pacific time in Vegas. A clip rundown on these games. And, of course, you'll be looking at the UFC card as well.
Yeah, a big UFC card tomorrow with Chimaev and Strickland. These guys have been trying to fight at the press conferences, at the weigh-ins so far. So, going to be some fireworks is what is reported here. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case. And, we're firing away now in the WNBA as well. There's 4 games we'll preview. We'll preview the playoff games, the MLB. And, college baseball, pretty good weekend here at games. UCLA is number 1 right now, Tony, pretty much. And the only futures bet I have this season is on Georgia Tech. I played it before the year, and they're ranked number 2 here right now. So, we're getting close to some people do play just the postseason a little bit once you get to the road to Omaha. So you can count on me if you're looking for some college baseball picks. We're fully documented here at Tony'sPicks.com. So check out some of those minor sports with me as well, those peripherals that you like to mention as well. So I'm fully involved. I love my Tony's Picks website, love making the picks, and love to be on the show with you guys. So really appreciate it. Have a great weekend, everybody. Make sure you check me out on Night Moves there every night, even the weekends. I'm on duty here for Tony at 3 a.m. Eastern and midnight Pacific. And Tony, good week again, and we'll see you next week.
All right, Roman, have a great night. We'll see you on Night Moves at midnight Vegas time on the show. Ramon Scott here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on the drive. We'll get to my pick tonight. Major League Baseball here, as we'll get to it here for you a second. It's going to be in the Yankee game, so let's get the graphics set to go here with the Yankees and the Brewers. So we're going to back up a little bit and get to Yankees and Brewers head-to-head here about 7:40 Eastern time. $1.28 on the Yankees, maybe less if you shop around. We're going to come in Yankees here, $1.20, $1.28 to see what the market looks like right now. Here, Yankees and the Brewers, we see $1.18 and $1.14. We're seeing money come on the Brewers in some places, some sharper books. So this may not be the sharp side, but I'm going to take the Yankees here in this one. Max Fried here. We're looking at here at this Yankee game. I'll share my notes here with this one. Max Fried here, a great ERA and WHIP. When you look at Fried on the road this year, ERA at .76. Yankees over their past 6 games hitting .298. They own a slugging percentage of .596 over that stretch. Milwaukee only hit .218 against lefty starters. Yankees bullpen allowed only 2 runs over the past 23. I think this is one of the cleaner sides on the card, with Fried giving the Yankees a pitching edge. The Yankees offense is in better form. Milwaukee lefty split is weak, so we'll go here with the Yankees here in this one. All right, guys, over at Pick Dog Stream tonight, I have a best bet on the board here from the NBA. Also up there, I have a 3-pack here from Major League Baseball. So 4 premiums for me over at Pick Dogs. On both sites, we'll promote Pick Dogs here just to keep it balanced here. So get on board with me over at Pick Dogs Premium. Let's go ahead and check out my handicapper page. We've been on a heater here. We've been pulling winning days here, consecutive winning days for you here on the site. And you can see this numbers across the screen. Of course, this is all based on $100 unit wager size here. See the past 90, past 60, the 30, the 7-day, and yesterday a winning day for you guys. Best bet on the board, as well as a 3-pack for you right now. So 4 premiums from me there. Of course, remember these one-day passes are credit guaranteed. They must turn a profit or amount purchased will be credited back to your account for site credits. That's credit guaranteed. So get aboard with me over at Pick Dogs Premium. Long-term subscriptions, the way I'm running, you guys, you may consider the 3-day pass. You want to go longer, but it's in your bankroll with a 30-day sports pass. That's the way to roll here. You can find the 3-day pass at the bottom, 30-day, 1 year. Get on board with me over at Pick Dogs Premium. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Link in the description there to get signed up. All right. We got you through our show. Let's do a little recap of the plays for today. And on our show today, we start with Brian Bitler. He liked the Red Sox money line today. Kevin Thomas was on the Golden State Valkyries laying the points. Javon Jones, tomorrow's game, Wild money line at plus money with tomorrow, Minnesota Wild. We had Jovan Burts, Mariners, White Sox under first 5. That's 4.5 runs. Dunn, like the Timberwolves here, plus the points. We had El Nino's here with the Cardinals, plus Ramon on Golden Knights, Ducks under the total. I'll be on the Yankees laying that short favorite price of $1.20, $1.27, $1.18. You do the line shopping to get the best numbers. All right, let's go ahead and do a quick refresh to see any updates in these injury reports from these NBA games. As reported, OG Anunoby is out for New York, and everybody else is in for New York. So Hart's in, Robinson's in, Embiid is in here for Philadelphia. Still Minnesota, we're waiting word on Tasonmo and Edwards. They're still showing up as questionable as we speak. And let me just take a look here at my line service. Let's see here for Miami. It looks like Liam Hicks will be doubtful today for the Miami Marlins. And we have Luis Garcia here as doubtful for the Nationals. That's my only alert there, injury-wise, here in Major League Baseball there. So we got you all set up. All right, appreciate everybody in the chat today. Join us here. Michael Burry in there, 49er in there as well. SF Niner, as we mentioned, Matt D. Always great seeing you in the chat. So appreciate everybody in the chat. Richard Lockhart is again in the chat with us. That's going to do it for the show, guys. Going to wave goodbye, guys.